On a roof near the top of the tower of the second garden was an upscale restaurant and theater. In 1906, Stanford White, the garden's architect, and Harry Thaw, a millionaire from Pittsburgh, crossed paths there.
The world was shocked breathless when America's richest playboy, Harry K. Thaw, walked to the table of Stanford White, America's most renowned architect, and shot him dead.
Thaw was the husband of famed model Evelyn Nesbit, a former lover of White. Thaw's trial, the first of the 20th century's many trials of the century, was a sensation. Because of the vast media coverage, the jury was sequestered, a first in American history. Thaw went to trial a second time after the first jury was deadlocked.
Will you read the verdict, Mr. Clerk?
Not guilty. Because of insanity.
The second garden hosted a wide variety of sports events during its 35 years. Despite its lively and numerous activities, the garden was losing money up until the 1920s. That was largely because it did not own enough properties, including professional sports teams, that would make future gardens profitable. New York Life, which had assumed the mortgage on the building, decided to tear down the garden to build a new headquarters. In 1925, at the last event at the second garden, ring announcer Joe Humphreys read the crowd a poem he wrote. It ended, "Farewell to thee, O sweet Miss Diana." George "Tex" Rickard, the successful promoter for the second garden and for heavyweight boxing champion Jack Dempsey, was committed to finding a new site. By 1924, Rickard had found $6 million investors to build a third garden further uptown and on the west side. Because sports writers credited Tex Rickard, a former city marshal in Texas, with acquiring a National Hockey League franchise for the garden, they referred to the team as Texas Rangers, and that's how the New York Rangers got their nickname. The Rangers joined the NHL in 1926. Over their first 7 seasons, they won the Stanley Cup twice.
Bill Cook scored!
Bill, surely you have a few hints to the younger hockey players. You know how you drill them in there and have led the league so many times. Couldn't you give the youngsters just a few tips how to put them in there?
Well, the only thing I can say to the youngsters coming up is to put the puck where the goaltender is.
They call it Worldwide Plaza now, but 8th Avenue between 49th and 50th Streets for nearly 43 years was the garden for 2 generations of New Yorkers.